Chapter 20 Bhai Joginder Singh Ji. Ecstatic Vir Sri Bhai Joginder Singh Ji, resident of Raipur. Ever blessed with ecstatic, bismad, spiritual state imbued with Gurmata was Bhai Joginder Singh Ji, the most reliable pillar of Akhand Kirtan Jatha. He was born in village Raipuri. His rebirth in the house of Guru was occasioned of great transformation and miraculous event. This was truthful application of Gurbani quote. No more transmigration of rebirths after birth in who's of Guru. Ramakali, M5, Sid Gosht, 940. Soon after baptism, he took to the life of model Gurmukh living. He was the lone chieftain among Patiala state officials to lead Gurmukh way of life, strong in faith. I first met him at Patiala during a visit to Dr. Sardar Singh Ji. He was then upcoming, promising youth. Dr. Sardar Singh Ji of Gujiwal village was a staunch faithful and practitioner of Gurmati living. This common bond often brought me to him at Patiala. It always so chanced that few minutes prior to my arrival, or soon after, Bhai Joginder Singh Ji would be there too. Gurmati discussion would follow, and Bhai Joginder Singh Ji was a keen listener. I asked Dr. Sardar Singh about the identity of this young aspirant of faith and how he could get the wind of my visits. He told me that it was indeed a case of yearning love for Gurmat Satsang, holy company dwelling in wisdom of Guru. He was a true seeker in search of path divine, shunning all other worldly company. He was anxious to get baptized at the earliest opportunity. He had made a thorough study of Gurmati doctrines and mentally accepted them. He was thus awaiting the auspicious time to get baptized through divinely chosen and blessed five. However, he had to wait considerably long, going to holy congregations as an aspiring Sikh. He had shared his resolve to get baptized together with his wife. Finally, the long-awaited day dawned when the blessed couple, Rang Saja, boarded the ship of Guru by getting baptized and started exemplary Gurum, or way of life. Gurmukh's sister Harbant's car was his wife, and her life sketch has been dealt with earlier. As state official, he was known as Saradar throughout Patiala, but in Gurmukhi circle, he was addressed as Bhai or Singh. After baptism, his faith was fortified tenfold. Whosoever shared his thoughts on Gurmart, he alone knows the bliss derived during the discussion. His researched Gurmart views very highly valuable. His influencing words led many to implicit faith in Gurmart. He was a high scholar of Gurmart and Gurmukh in practice. Among the prominent Sikhs, he who's like a rare jewel, ever soaring in high spirits. His high rank and social status never went to his head, and instead his purity of Gurmart life was unique. He never compromised against code of Gurmart living during his long worldly service, remaining above board spiritually. The then Maharaja Patiala threw hints many times that if Bhai Joginder Singh would tie and dress his beard as per state code, he would be given higher promotions. However, blessed by the Guru, Bhai Joginder Singh never took the bait. He maintained his style as Gurmukh of flowing beard. His wife, too, never gave up urban in spite of repeated coaxing from wives of state officials and queens. Bhai Joginder Singh Ji would often visit me at Narangwal before my imprisonment. In his yearnings for satsang, he would start off from Patiala, irrespective of what hour it was of day or night. He never took official leave, and yet never missed any satsang or sagam, large gatherings of jatha. He was so blessed that never was he questioned for his absence by his superiors. Though he was weak in health, yet he listened Akhand Path and Kirtan Sagrams many a times, sitting in same posture all through. He never bothered for eating or drinking, accepting only whatever he was offered while enjoying spiritual nourishment. In fact, he was sustained by nectar nam and remained engrossed in nam meditation. He had tasted divine nourishment of most delicious nam elixir, and in comparison, all other food appeared trifling. His outstanding quality was non-storn nam simran, while discharging his official duty flawlessly. His simran, divine memory, was automatic, irrespective of his physical activity.
He remained self-contained and coping with the unbearable intense spirituality. His early stages of Nam meditation was in the company of highly accomplished
Nam practitioners whom he would freely reveal his personal experience without any reserve. Astonishing spectacles of spiritual experiences. Once Sri Bhai Joginder Singh Ji came to me at Naringwal from Patiala in great excitement and sense of anticipation. He had resolved to undertake ceaseless meditation and enjoy the highest spiritual bliss. Seeing his determination, I pleaded with him that though his determined willpower was a good omen, yet it would not pay to be adamant in matters spiritual. It is better to be content with loving divine devotion and leave the rest to God's grace. It behooves us to pursue Nam Simran as Gursikhs in the light of Gurmat teachings, with patience and perseverance. Divine recognition and realization should be considered gifts divine and matter of grace. Says Gurmani, Gurmukhi verse. Keep treading along Guru's path. You shall find divine door with grace of Guru. Listening to this, he accepted this command divine as faithful devout of Gurbani. This kind of perseverance and strong faith is rare to come across. He stayed for the night at Naringwal at the meditational place along with other Nam devotees resting on mats spread on the floor. This night he experienced the first spiritual spectacle. He was totally lost in spiritual meditation. Being his first experience, he had still to learn to cope up with astounding and unbearable spirituality as one goes along. He shouted uncomplainingly, Bhai Saheb, what is happening? All the village dogs are barking within me. I replied, Dear brother, do not get disturbed. You shall further witness all the universal goings-on in your mind. You have to detach yourself from all that can remain focused on the ecstatic play of love in Nam meditation. Ward off other distractions. Acknowledging my words, he resumed Nam Simran. After about half an hour, he stood up with hands folded together. His face was drenched in sweat. I again solaced him not to get frightened. He sat down after praying for a few minutes. He expressed that this was enough for the day and he was unable to continue anymore. Telling about his new vision, he said, My great Rang a Saijan. Hardly one was that my invisible body along with soul is passing through the eye of a small needle against my will. I fear that this may cause my death. Hearing this, I laughed and prayed for divine help for him to come up with unbearable, astounding experiences. Thereafter, he enjoyed equipoise in enjoining spiritual spectacles, without fear. It was unique happening that all his children were highly blessed with divinity in early childhood. However, his phenomenon disappeared with age. Strong of faith as Gursikhs, the couple used to initiate their newborn first with Nam Nectarian in accordance with Gurmat and follow up with other instructions. It was thus background that offerings of devout couple Bhai Joginder Singh Ji and Bibi Harbans Kaur Ji were spiritually high. But from birth, even if they could not sustain it in later life, however high spirituality as children was phenomenal and highly impressive. Their eldest son, Anand Singh, astounded everyone first, and then I personally witnessed miracles. Divine in the case of youngest, Bibi Charan Kaur. Young Anand Singh won recognition before my term of imprisonment, displaying uncommon powers. He was just learning to speak when his words revealed his high spirituality. Many exalted personalities of the state would visit Bhai Joginder Singh's residence to behold auspicious sight of the child, Anand Singh. Notable things of Madanari sect were particularly fond of him and frequent visitors. They believed that the boy was the spirit of another Nanmari child who got thrown up with cannon fire along with Baba Ram Singh Ji during agitation of Nanmaris against British rule. However, I could not share this belief. I firmly believe that a selfless martyr is never subject to rebirth, yet it cannot be denied that it was due to the revelatory words of child Anand Singh that such a belief was formed. He had the miraculous powers to envision the secret events of others' lives. This was his specialty. Whenever a baptizing ceremony was organized at Bhai Joginder Singh's residence, we would subject the candidates for baptism for initial scrutiny by this boy.
It was in my presence that a prominent preacher of the state presented himself in Sangat, sitting in presence of Sri Guru Granth Sahib for getting baptized. Child Anand Singh was also part of the congregation, and he cried out that the preacher had committed deadly sins that remained unknown. He further said that unless these sins were clearly expiated by him before the chosen five, he could not be clean of heart, and the dye of Nam may
not be effective in his case. Hearing this, aspirant of baptism fell flat in front of Sri Guru Granth Sahib. He was not even conscious of hurting his forehead against floor with the fall. He was incessant in his pleas that he may be saved through forgiveness divine. He admitted that he was a great sinner. The truth was that, deeply impressed by spiritual powers enjoyed by child Anand Singh, this sinner preacher had resolved to seek Gurmat baptism through Jatha. Now that the boy revealed his unknown sins, the opportune time arrived with new strengthening of faith in mind of the preacher. It left no doubt in his mind that if a 7-year-old was blessed with so much spirituality, he too could get spiritual transformation after baptism through chosen five of the Jatha. He was thus presented before the chosen five in his state of confession, and whatever was confessed by the preacher, exactly same had already been revealed to me by the boy. This was a moment of great surprise for me. Many were similar incidents that I witnessed in respect of Anand Singh. It was during my imprisonment that young Anand Singh too ended his life sojourn. However, it was very depressing to hear that he had fallen from his high pedestal later in life. Rest of the children were born during my imprisonment. I am therefore not aware of events of their childhood life. However, the youngest, Bibi Charan Kaur, was only 3-4 years old when I got released from jail. Highly surprising are the events that I witnessed in early life of this child that were truly miraculous. Bhai Joginder Singh would hold her in his lap while attending Akhand Path and Akhand Kirtan Samagams. I noticed many a times that in such early childhood she would engage in loud Nam Simran, sitting in the lap of her pious father. She would go into trance in spiritual flights of highest stage. It was then impossible to behold divine glory reflected by her face. On coming out of the trance, she would manage in her slipping hands of a baby futuristic events that would be amazing to the listeners. She astonished people around with her miraculous powers as a child of 7-8 years. During samagams at Bhai Joginder Singh's residence, there used to be good gatherings of spiritual seekers. Food was being served round the clock. She would always be engaged in serving food or laying beds for the visitors untiringly. While serving with hands, her mind was occupied in ceaseless Nam Simran. It was devastating that she had designed evil influences took hold of her suddenly, and her spirituality got completely degenerated. Range Sajan. It is befitting now to describe the wonderful event of Gurmat Anand Karoj of the elder daughter, Bibi Charan Kaur. This is an illustration of deep faith in Gurbani values in full measure that is historic and shall be remembered for long. The marriage of my daughter Bibi Dalal Kaur was fixed to be held at Narangwal at my place. Bhai Joginder Singh had come to join us along with other Gurbani singers on the occasion. His daughter Bibi Charan Kaur had accompanied him. The Akhand Path prior to the Anand Karaj ceremony was in progress, and many were listening to the blissful recitation by Master Joginder Singh from village Badani. It was like heavenly pouring of words divine that was indeed very soulful. Master Ji's face shone in spiritual splendor, and his beard just about appearing in early youth. Bhai Joginder Singh was deeply moved by this petition. In whispering tones, he started telling me that he desired a match like this Akhand Pathi for his daughter, Charan Kaur. I happened to comment that there could not be another just like him. Hearing this from me, Bhai Joginder Singh said very determinedly, "Well, then get my daughter married to him here itself, following Anand Karaj of Bibi Dalal Kaur." He never bothered to check out the family background of the proposed bridegroom or his financial status, leaving alone his caste, etc. The decision was spontaneous. I also gave my concurrence subject to approval by Bibi Charan Kaur after seeing Master Ji. Bhai Joginder Singh readily agreed with my view.
He requested me to get the message across to Bibi Sharan Kaur by sending word through my wife, Srimati Kartar Kaurji. This was done, and approval of Bibi Sharan Kaur was sought. As a progeny of devout couple, Bhai Joginder Singh and Bibi Harbans Kaur, Bibi Sharan Kaur gave her beautiful reply, "Tai ji, aunt, where's the need for my concurrence? Who can improve upon the selection for my match made by Shri Bhai Sahib Tai ji and my father? Whatever they decide is in my best interests. I shall never have any objection to their decision." In a confidence divine, just then Master Joginder Singh Ji Badnudiwale descended the stairs after being relieved from a Kanpath duty and passed close to my wife and Bibi Sharan Kaur. My wife pointed towards him and told Bibi Sharan Kaur, "He is the proposed groom."
He has crippled feet by birth, and that is why your Tayaji and father wanted you to see him in person. Now you make your decision with all your wisdom to avoid repentance later. In this age of Kali Yuga, Sharan Kaur's reply was most astounding. Charged with emotion, reflecting her strong faith, "Tai, Bhai Sahib Bhai Randhir Singh Ji. Ji, is this match more unbecoming than the crippled match selected for Bibi of Dukbanjani story? You know how rewarding had been faith in her case. This is all too well known to be described. I fully approve of this match without any reservation." Simriya Kartar Kaurji was most astonished with the reply, and in turn we were thrilled. We both felt like worshipping the feet of Bibi Sharan Kaur. Thus, finally, this couple was married soon after the ceremony of marriage of Bibi Daler Kaur at the same place. Master Joginder Singh Ji wedded Bibi Sharan Kaur, daughter of Sri Bhai Joginder Singh Ji, without the rigmarole of a marriage party or dowry. There were no invitations to relatives and friends. Bhai Joginder Singh had not come prepared for this Anand Karaj, but had come only as an invitee to my daughter's marriage, and his daughter happened to accompany him. Such is the story of unparalleled faith of Bibi Sharan Kaur that shall be remembered forever. Shri Bhai Joginder Singh Ji too demonstrated living in true spirits of Gurmat values. This is most exemplary, without a precedent, and uniquely to be repeated commonly. It was too spontaneous. Whole of Nanyang Wall was bewildered with this queer match, knowing that Bhai Joginder Singh Ji belonged to neighboring village, Rajapur. These 4 or 5 villages are considered to be aristocratic, and the people are very proud of this, in absence of faith in Gurmat. Lineage of Greywall is considered to be very high. These villages never offer their daughters in marriages to people of lowly considered villages like Badundi, though the brides from these villages are accepted in large numbers. Bhai Joginder Singh Ji trampled this wrong belief under his feet and cared only for true Gurmat values. Later on, there was public talk among the village gossips, saying Joginder Singh, supposed to be a high official of Patali estate, has given his well-accomplished and decent daughter in marriage to a crippled from village Badundi. This talk went on for quite some time as village gossip, but nobody dared to bring it up before me. I too never cared about this meaninglessness criticism based on self-conceit. Bhai Joginder Singh Ji was much high in his thinking to care for this. In the world of Gurshaks, the event was highly acclaimed. After these 2 marriages, all the gathered sang of devout Gurmukhs proceeded for the next marriage ceremony of my son, Balbir Singh Ji. Public reaction against Bhai Joginder Singh Ji died down its natural death with time. Anand Karaj of Bhai Balbir Singh Ji conforming to similar? Rang Se Sejan. Gumat was equally applauded. Fear of public criticism was shoved away once again in this case. Shri Bhai Joginder Singh Ji, having enjoyed blissfully 3 Anand Karaj ceremonies, returned to Patiala along with Bibi Sharan Kaur Ji. Master Joginder Singh Ji went over to Patiala and returned with his bride, Bibi Sharan Kaur, to his village Badundi, then have lived happily together with her marital bliss. Bhai Joginder Singh Ji is highly satisfied with the relationship. Sometime after 1915, during my jail period, Bhai Joginder Singh Ji had been elected member of Shromani Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee to represent our region. This body was declared rebellious by government and all members imprisoned. I was already in jail.
Vir Joginder Singh Ji joined the second agitation at Jaisi and was sentenced to a jail term of 2 years. Though he was not in good health, yet he was happy to volunteer for Panthic cause. Authentic reasoning of Gurnot and pride of faith were great assets of Bhai Joginder Singh Ji. Such deep and gifted Gurmukh thinkers are rarely found in Khalsa Panth. Before my imprisonment, some of my friends, including Bhai Joginder Singh Ji and Bhai Atma Singh Ji Moga, had difference of opinion with me and were angry. However, when the political case was in the court, they came in my defense as witnesses. They suffered pangs of separation for long years of jail term, yearning in mutual love. They rushed to meet me after release at Narongwal. This destined love persisted for rest of our lives. There were frequent rush of visitors coming to meet me after 16 years of life imprisonment and constant holding of Akhand Kirtan Samagams. Bhai Joginder Singh Ji joined with Babu Mal Singh Ji to make arrangement for the double story of our house to provide much-needed accommodation and space of Akhand paths and Samagams. This is an excellent token of the memory of Bhai Joginder Singh and blessed by holy gatherings during Samagams like annual Gerber publication of Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Whatever religious books on Gurmat's topics I have written under Guru's promptings got initiated on suggestions from Bhai Joginder Singh Ji. He wanted that stress on Gurmati principles and their importance should be worded in the language and backing of Gurbani. Thus, the first book that came in print was Ki Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, the Puja Bhut Prastihai, meaning, is worship of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji an act of idolatry? The first edition was printed before my imprisonment, and I had not given my name as its author. However,
Bhai Sahib Bhai Ranjit Singh Ji. Later, during Akali movement, somebody changed the title page and printed my name. Though Bhai Joginder Singh Ji was not so stout physically, yet he cultivated his land personally. He had built his residential building in Badungar Nagar, near Palanta Cantonment. The adjoining land around the building, in an area of few bighas, was kept for self-cultivation. Even as high state official, he never considered below his dignity to plow the land himself. The common bond of spiritual love between the two of us was so strong that through telepathic message he would call me to Patiala at his will any time. Stay of many weeks would still not satisfy him. It was so destined that he became very weak and was growing still weaker. With his spiritual insight, he could envision the approaching end. One day he told me, "It appears death call is fast approaching." He further requested with emotional surchase of tearful eyes, "I heartily desire that you be near me at the final moment. In this time of uncertainty, you please stay on here and do not leave." I was bound to comply with it. In fact, I too desired to serve him as best as I could. His increasing physical weakness only further strengthened him in Nam Simran in so long spirits. He had called Master Joginder Singh, his son-in-law, also from Bandudi. He did not exhibit any sign of remorse, and his face shone in spiritual glory. Guru-oriented, devout contemplates of God with every pore of his body. Gurbani quote was being enacted. Before his end, he had instructed to cut off all mention of worldly affairs, and instead requested for Gurbani recitation continuously. Master Joginder Singh Ji started recitation of Sukhmani Sahib. It was then decided to recite Gurbani from 4-part volumes of Sri Guru Granth Sahib by sitting on a higher adjoining bed day and night. In this service, we were helped by military Captain Sardar Trilokchan Labd Singh Ji. He sent select Akhand paths from the military. Included in this group was a young Gurmukh from Panjokara, Vir Sri Bhai Atma Singh Ji. After this initial meeting that inspired mutual love, we became lasting friends forever. His love for me had been kindled earlier. In passing away of Bhai Joginder Singh Ji and Range Sajan. Associated spiritual events further inflamed it. With recitation of Gurbani, Nam Simran by Bhai Joginder Singh Ji became louder and intense. It was as though a divine figure was resting in the form of exemplary Gurbani, angelic Bhai Joginder Singh Ji. His tongue and breathing were engaged in divine memory, and his hands folded together. It depicted that he was envisioning the Lord and getting thrilled by sight divine and wearing a smile. His forehead and face reflected splendorous glory. It too was enjoying the bliss of this event. Gurbani recitation was going on with full divine fervor. There was an environment of holy presence. Bhai Joginder Singh had his eyes open. Beholding sight divine, he occasionally threw a glance at me. In complete satisfaction of love, he was ready to depart for a boat dive. His intense Nam Simran in loud voice had put everybody around in trance. These were meditations of full consciousness. Considering the final moment of departure at hand, I had fixed my eyes on face of Bhai Joginder Singh. Movement of his tongue and lips, indeed very captivating. Finally, Guru. Guru alone could be heard, and with this his breathing was ended. I have not even an iota of doubt that Shri Bhai Joginder Singh Ji had landed straight in abode divine, and nerved with spirit divine a Khand Kirtan of celestial music was heard, and play divine of a life sojourn ended thus.